Oh hey, I didn't see you there. I've been testing this new vibration technology. If it's set up right, I could go back to the past and beat up my past self. Now, if I just fiddle with this and press this button, I should be able to... Uh-oh. Nuka-gaze, a subgenre of erogaze that has story and character development second and focuses mainly on naughty CGs. Its sole objective is mostly arousing the player as fast and for as long as possible. As a man who has played a plethora of Nuka-gaze, I don't have a favorite, as I love them all equally. It's you, and by a lot. Anyways, once in a blue moon, there are those Nuka-gaze that actually have a decent story. One of them being Third Crisis, made by Anzuo Games, which is the game I will be covering on this Culture Corner episode. It's a lovely HRPG game set in a dystopian future ruled by an iron fist and an iron dick. Our heroic protagonist of this story is Jenna, aka Vibe. Yes, that's her actual hero name. Her powers allows her to vibrate at a very high frequency that allows her to move in lightning speeds, like an H-game version of the Flash. However, she needs a suit to keep her powers from going berserk, lest she turns into goop. She's part of a group called Airship that helps save the world from the android rebel group Pathos in what this world event would be later dubbed the Second Crisis. During this turmoil, her girlfriend will later be kidnapped by Pathos, to which her journey as an H-game heroine starts and set off to rescue her girlfriend. Of course, true to eroge fashion, she gets captured and mind controlled. During her capture, she got experimented on, making her vibration powers go crazy, to which she accidentally jumps 5 years into the future. A future which Pato rules the government now, using their hornification technology to make the world submit to their will. Now she has to regain her powers, assemble a team of individuals with particular skill sets, and save her girlfriend, while trying to keep her purity in a town full of lust and debauchery, in a classic good versus evil fashion story. Gameplay-wise, the game is a TRPG in which you move your characters in a set of tiles. You have 2 sets of energy bars for moving and making actions, i.e. attacking and using skills. You have your physical damage and lust damage, which is basically the magic damage equivalent of this game. The mechanics are pretty simple but fun. You can make enemies hit their own allies, zoom around the battlefield, commit war crimes like poisoning your enemies with aphrodisiac, stripping your enemies down to their birthday suit, finally my favorite, kabedoning your enemies to a wall or with another enemy, or even playing human pinball with multiple enemies and a wall. The novelty dies later down, so to compensate for that, they give you some objectives in battle other than committing genocide. Examples like every gamer's favorite, escorting NPCs, not trying to kill certain enemies, using the environment to damage bosses, to name some. Aside of the SRPG, you have minigames like puzzles and stuff, stealth missions, and even an escape room that only big brains like me can do. True to RPG fashion, you have a colorful band of party members to accompany you, each with their own skill set. You have Jenna, of course, being the main range DPS that zooms around the battlefield, Jewel the healer and main lust damage dealer, also surprisingly tanky, Trob the best waifu and a mobile tank that slams enemies to walls, Floria, Poison Ivy's distant cousin, she deals AoE and poison lust damage. She's basically the mage of the group. Rita, the veterinarian slow tank that deals more damage the more damage she receives. Lastly, the many bugs and glitches. My god, did I ran into a lot of them. The worst out of all of them that I ran into is one where I opened the log history window during a black screen. I just get sent into the void. Don't you hate it when you're playing an H game and you suddenly get sent into the horny void? It didn't make me stop playing the game completely, but it did kill off the motivation to play a bit for me. Although I will give it more leniency since it's made from the ground up in Unity, rather than using like RPG Maker or something. Overall, the normal gameplay is fun enough to keep my attention deficient brain going, if you don't mind the bugs and jank. When it comes to the aesthetics, you have your Pixel-S sprites. Honestly wish they have more animation to it other than just falling over and moving, but seeing as this is a Nuki-gay, they would of course put more effort on the culture side of things. You start off in Carlsberg, a town where debauchery runs free, and from here, the world is your cloister. You can make for a beeline straight on saving Jenna's girlfriend and keep Jenna fear, or have Jenna succumb to this town of immorality, from spit roasting and man milk guzzling until she turns into a puddle. It always fascinates me on how different H gamers are, whether they go for pure or immoral route or maybe something in between like me. I even got a thesis on the level degeneracy. Got a A+ on it. See, here we have the pure vanilla gamers where it's still pure. Vanilla, romance baths, and will mostly play moe games. Now we have the spicy H gamers. NTR, Bakunyu, Ahegaos, the works. Most people end up here. It's me, I'm most people. These ones are lost but aren't completely irredeemable. Or so I would like to say. Lastly, you have the... Anyways, back to the game. True to its Nuki-gay nature, this game has an insane amount of arrow scenes, with a whopping total of 249 scenes and 101 of them being animated. All of them being beautiful animated. Hell, at the main menu screen, there's a frigging spit and roast option. Right at the start, you can already spit and roast her. Bro, you can enjoy corrupting Jenna slowly and turn her from a hero to a wanton prostitute. There's even pinups drawn by several guest artists that acts as collectibles spread across the game. Kinda wholesome and kinda brings the whole community together. Majority of the scenes you get is at the home base of Carlsberg. You can even rush through 4 bad endings, with a majority of them coming with their own minigames. Moving to the main heroes and their characterization. As I said before, Jenna teams up with certain individuals with their own personalities and quirks for an adventure. A bizarre adventure, if you will. Out of all of them, Jenna, Trop, and Jewel are actually decently written. Jenna being a tomboyish, brash, headstrong, and a fellow woman of bad puns with strong willpower. Well, that is if you're going the pure route. But underneath that heroic facade is someone with imposter syndrome and uses her humor as a coping mechanism. Despite that, she still tries to do good, even in this world of immorality. You can see her grow towards the end, especially at the pure ending. Trob being the best waifu, secretly, he actually swings the other way. But honestly, he's actually the manliest man in this world of perverts. He started off as just a meek guard, just going with the motions of the world, just for the sake of providing for his family. But towards the end, he becomes the man he always wanted to be and finally rebel against Pathos. In the end, when Jenna is at the lowest point of her life, he's the first one to lift her up and bring her back to being the hero she is meant to be. Jewel, the star stripper of Carlsberg, she's one of the few individuals that actually thrives in this depraved world, but like Jenna, she also hides a deep trauma. After losing her mother at a young age, she hides her scarred heart by an uncopious amount of mayonnaise. As she progresses through the game, her character development progresses by moving on from her loss, be more than a man milker, and finally become a songstress diva she's meant to be. Now for the last segment, the 3 actual endings. Spoiler alert, obviously. As if I haven't spoiled some stuff already. First, we have the 2 neutral-ish endings. During the middle of the game, it's revealed that Jenna's girlfriend is now a servant of Pathos. At the final act of the game, Jenna is given the ultimate choice of saving the world or her girlfriend. I'm actually a big fan of hard-hitting questions like this. Like the question whether I want waffles or pancakes for breakfast. Going back to topic, picking either choices just like my coffee will have a bitter taste to them. Saving her girlfriend will doom all her friends and basically the entire world and will be haunted by the consequences of her choice. Saving the world by letting her girlfriend die will cause Jenna to be scarred and be constantly reminded of her failure to be the hero that she needed. And last but the best ending, as the game would dub the true ending, where you have to be pure, Jenna saves both her girlfriend and the world in true shonen anime protagonist fashion. The scars from serving Pathos will make rekindling their relationship hard, but in time they will get back to their old thespian-legs shenanigans. You know I love corruption and degeneracy as much as the next Degen, but you know what I love more? Happy endings. Just like a line in the game said, you can just drown yourself in pleasure all the time. Indulging yourself is good from time to time, but you gotta balance it out too. Like a balanced breakfast, you can't just have toast every day. Sometimes you also gotta have eggs. Overall, great Nuki-gay that even if you went a pure route, you still get a lot of man milking and spit roasting, and accompanied by a solid story and decent gameplay. Well, it looks like I'm gonna be trapped in this white void for a while, but before I go, one major nitpick I have with this game other than the bugs and glitches. Why isn't there more dudes of this girl?